Hello, dear fantasy and sci-fi fans. My name is Nicolas. Welcome to another episode of the Sentinel of Zellarin. First, quick recap of the last video. The title of the last video is Daria meets the lionmen part 1. So this is the recap. Daria begins with her narrative. She tells Julia that the ship of Mission 6 goes through the black hole, so Lucy is actually a wormhole. There is nothing around the spaceship, just empty space. Daria is devastating, thinking there is no coming back home. Then a golden pyramid appears in the cargo hold. As Daria approaches it, a bright light blinds her and she loses consciousness. I will continue now with Daria's narrative, because I am Daria. Please comment, like and subscribe. It's very important for me. Let's get started. I awoke in a gloomy place. An unfamiliar voice, no, it was more like distant echo, sounded. Follow the white one, follow the white one, follow the white one. I turned around to pinpoint the location of the sound, but failed. I stood up. Something was wrong. Actually, everything. I wasn't on the ship. I was in a cave. The only light came from strange fluorescent blue moss growing on the cave rocks. I had fur and paws. I was sure I was dreaming. Everything was so real though. The fur on me was snow white. The paws were enormous. I looked at them closely. They weren't precisely paws, but something between a human hand and a cat paw. They had 5 digits. A thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger and pinky. Suddenly, long curved claws popped out of the fingers. Just a moment. I almost ran away. The claws disappeared inside the fingers. I thought of them and they popped out again. If this was a dream, it was a very wild one. I looked at my feet. They were like the hind legs of a dog or cat. From the toes also protruded claws. A green robe served me as a dress. It was sleeveless and reached my knees. The cloth was some kind of reptile green skin. A broad reptile skin belt was tied around my waist. Looking down, inspecting this strange new body of mine, I realized that small braids were hanging down from my head. I put both hands on my head. Indeed, I had a hair, and it was braided. Suddenly, I felt that something was behind me. I turned around. I turned and found out it was another part of my body. A tail. While expecting it, it rose, turned and got into my paws. For the second time, I almost ran away. The tail was quite long. The remarkable thing about it was that my tail ended with a bony formation resembling a curved dagger. The fur on my tail was also white, very short. It wasn't clear what I was, but I felt big and strong. Just a moment. Looking around, searching for an exit, I found a small opening in the cave. I went through it, the claws on my feet scratching the floor, and entered another cave. It was even smaller than the first one. The only thing in it was a large sarcophagus made from strange green-gray metal. I went to the sarcophagus. The creature buried in it must have been enormous. At one end of the smooth metal surface was embedded a blue triangle. Someone may think that it was colored glass, but I knew better. My father was a geologist. This was a blue diamond. I put my paw on it. Immediately it began to glow. I put away I put my paw away from the diamond triangle. At that exact moment the lid of the sarcophagus rose up. There was no mechanism. The lid was simply levitating. The ceiling stopped it. Mist covered the inside of the sarcophagus. Stunned, I stood next to it. Then an angry roar sounded. This time I ran away and hid in the first cave. The roar echoed again, very loud, very angry. I held my breath and stuck my head around the cave entrance. For a while, nothing happened. Then a white humanoid paw, much bigger than my own, clung to the edge of the chamber. I froze. A second paw joined the first as a throaty growl reverberated around the cave. Then, slowly but surely, the silhouette of a hulking figure with a long tail rose from the sarcophagus, growling all along. I couldn't see the face of the creature as it faced the other way. It had some kind of a mane that looked like long thick hair on his back, and it was difficult to tell whether it grew from the skull alone or from the neck and the shoulders too. It was braided here and there. The creature was dressed in a green sleeveless robe, much like my own, fastened with a belt on the waist. On the belt were tied 4 small water skins, 2 on each side. The creature finally turned around. I hid deeper in the first cave, trying not to make any noise. Impossible mission. The claws on my feet scratched the rocks. "Hello, is there someone?" the creature asked. I didn't answer. Now I was petrified. My heart pounded wildly. I was clinging to the rock wall near the opening and was trying not to move a muscle. "Is there someone?" A big head appeared. I screamed and ran to the far end of the cave. Wake up please." My paws gave me painful face slaps. It didn't work. The creature got through the opening in the cave and drew closer. I was trapped. "Hello girl, who are you?" I didn't reply. There are 2 kinds of werewolves in the books and movies. Men that turned into wolves and men that turned into wolfmen, or simply werewolves. In Old English, werewolf means man-wolf. The creature in front of me was from the second kind, but it wasn't a wolfman, it was a lionman. That's all folks for today. Sorry for reminding you, but comment, like and subscribe. If you have any advice or criticism, please feel free to share it with me. As you noticed, I am not a native English speaker, so I may need good advice or feedback. Be safe and think positive. Till next time.